Good morning, breathers. You keep wanting Vietnam, right?
I do every time.
I just watched a thing about Robin Williams this
Every
weekend
time.
too. So, yeah. So anyway, good morning. Welcome to Monday. Welcome to our Timless week.
Timless.
I think I made that up. But Timless week. Tim is gone. He may check in tomorrow. We'll have to see. If I were him, I would not.
Yeah.
He's on a beach somewhere.
Yeah.
So I don't think I would.
Or maybe I would just to flex on everybody.
Just
Like,
flex. Just
like,
flex.
I'm just out here on this
Yeah.
beach alone and just relaxing. And
It's 85 degrees, and I'm on a beach, and you guys are where you are. So anyway, we are joined in studio today by John the Voice.
good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for coming in, because I'm not sure what Alex and I were going to talk about if you weren't here. So we would have been fine. But we're also in studio, thankfully. Otherwise, the buttons don't get pushed and we don't go on the air. Super producer Alex.
Good to be here.
And Alex has a camera.
I do.
And Alex's Monday started a little slow because we had a 10-second countdown about 4 times before we got on the air today.
But he had everything. He has the screen going. He has everything going on right now. So he had everything else. Like, it was great. It was awesome. It was super good.
And it happens. It happens. And
Yeah.
we've made fun of Alex about the countdown plenty of times before. So anyway, we're off and rolling. We'll start by saying thank you to our Southeast Iowa Video Network sponsor, KCTC.
Thank you, Casey.
Thank you, Casey, and all the gang at KCTC. And we're also powered up, caffeinated up, hydrated up, whatever you want to call it, from Hy-Vee and Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh in Washington, Mount Pleasant, Fairfield. Thank you, Willie.
Thank you.
Thank
Willie.
you.
So, John, you have a good weekend?
I did. It was, just all the things. 8U baseball with my sons. The weekend started right. Friday night was like the quintessential, like Midwestern, baseball night. It was 75 degrees. Just and kind of tapered off a little bit. Just beautiful. We played over in Sigourney, and it was just. But first we got rained out, and so this is really fun.
This is opening weekend then?
So this would have been opening weekend, yeah. So we had a good time out there, and it was really cool.
Did you said AAU?
8U. It's like 8U,
okay,
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Did you do all the travel ball and all that stuff?
No, I am not one of the many dedicated and whatever else. I have many friends that are in the travel ball circuit, if you will, and that is a special breed of individuals.
It is a special breed.
It is all things consuming, and I don't think I'm ready to step into that level of commitment yet.
That is a every weekend commitment, as I understand
every weekend. It's like every waking minute of the day, it would seem like, and then I do see a lot of like funny videos and stuff. It's like parents of people in travel ball, and it's like bat $300, glove $500, glove $300, and this and that, and then it's like $8 to get into my kid's game, and then it's like,
Exactly.
what are we doing? This is ridiculous, so expensive. So
we talked about my daughters were in dance, and we talked about that a little bit last week, and it's just like there's this costume and this costume, and it's great. I'm not even complaining about it. It just is what it is. But all this stuff and the time commitment, and then you watch them dance for like 2.5 minutes.
You're like, well, that was great.
It's like, all right, that's good. And again, good for them. We happily did it. We do it again, but it's just one of those things. So, Alex, how about you? I think you went to Monticello this weekend.
I did, and I actually did a lot this weekend. Kristen planned it, but
way to go, Kristen. She was in skateboarding.
It wasn't any of my doing, but we went to the German village. I forgot what the town name is.
Around there?
It's around Cedar Rapids. I can't think of the
Amana
name.
Colonies?
Amana Colonies. We went to the Amana Colonies for May Day.
Okay.
And saw some German bands and ate some German food.
I thought you were going to say you saw some like lightsabers and stuff, and
I wish
that would have been.
That would be way cooler.
That's May the 4th. that's
And then on
I wonder if the Germans celebrate May the 4th.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, they didn't have any lightsabers there, so
no, they didn't.
Well,
we should have brought
brought your own.
Yeah, we should have brought ours.
Dressed as stormtroopers.
Jim wants to know if you saw the parade, Alex.
I did not see the parade. I did not. And then on Sunday, I went to Chalk the Walk in Mount Vernon.
I've heard about that. That's kind of cool, isn't it? I haven't seen it, but
a lot of good artists there.
You ever been up there for that?
I never have.
Isn't it like the whole street? They shut down the street and just...
It is the whole like main street, and there's like vendors and like a bunch of chalk, and then you vote for your favorite.
Well, there you go. Well, thanks for Kristen for planning out your weekend.
Yeah, thanks for Kristen.
And she's gonna be here tomorrow, so or at least that's the plan.
Well, Jim said, "Bummer, Shriners were in the parade. You could have waved at me." Well, man, we got all kinds of activity in the chat today. All right.
Is it happening?
So Jim,
you're in charge of all
Jim.
things
So
there.
Jim, hold on. You were in Jim. So you were in the parade. All right. Very cool. Paula says, "Good morning." What's up?
What's up?
Those commercials.
I'm out in the wrong chair. I forgot to do that.
Oh my god. those commercials were always so great. And then they had the geeky white guy, versions of it. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah, they don't make commercials like that anymore.
they really don't, because people get offended over everything. So there's that. Jim said he was in the parade. All right, awesome. Well, congrats
Should've
to
been
you,
there
Jim.
for the parade.
Should have been.
Yeah. So, also on Friday, you might not watch it if you're at a baseball game, but Caitlin Clark played her first WNBA game.
Oh, I caught the end of it.
Yeah.
By the time I got back to town, and there was some folks over at Lebowski's watching it there in one of the rooms. So, yeah, caught the very, very end of it.
I saw the beginning. I saw the first about quarter and a half, and then I bailed out. And Caitlin, I think she had 14 in the first quarter.
Yeah, I'd like to hear Diana Taurasi's comments now that she's out there playing against, Anyway, all right.
Yeah.
I have the whole salt shaker with me, but I'll save it for another time.
I think she ended up with 21 points. You had to get the WNBA app. It's the only way to watch it, which I did, but this game was free. It's $35 for a year. I haven't decided if I'm going to pull that trigger yet. It's not like it's a ton of money. I don't know how much I'll watch it or not, but it was fun to see her out there playing. Do you watch it, Alex?
I saw the one clip that I think everybody saw of the one girl falling down.
Yeah.
That's the one I saw. That's about it.
Yeah, that was
What, she had like 5 threes, I think it was?
something like that. She ended up with 21 points. I know. I saw her make a couple free throws, so throw a couple free throws in there. But like I said, I watched about the first quarter and a half, so I'm not sure how that all went down, but she seems like she'll be just fine.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
And the haters can shove it. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. But this reminded me of something that I just saw this morning. But that girl fell down. Caitlin shot, and so the commentator, some of them were like, "Well, she should have been a foul." And it's like, I don't know. But you're an official, a basketball official, and I just saw a clip this morning and these are out there. This is not the first time I've seen it, but clip this morning where a ref made a call that they didn't like, and so the stands cleared and just beat the crap out of the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, is that we're in small town Iowa, but
So I will tell you, a few years ago, my friend Josh, who's a listener of the show, he and I had another gentleman who was going to referee with us. So in high school, you do 3-man crews for your varsity crews, and we were getting ready to. This has been several years ago now, and he was reffing a youth tournament on a weekend in Mount Pleasant. And he threw a parent out of the tournament because they were being just absolutely obnoxious, disruptive, and everything. Well, the fan made their way back into the game, snuck back in at the very end of the game, and came up, and this guy had his back turned and came up and sucker punched him in the back of the head and knocked him out.
this is a little kid tournament.
This is like a junior high girls tournament in Mount Pleasant. Yeah. So, I won't say where the team was from, but anyway, it was ridiculous, and it's got to the point to where there is a shortage of referees because of the treatment of referees.
Why would you want to?
Yeah, recently, like the local associations and stuff, they've upped the pay to kind of match what Iowa City and some of the northern conferences are. But I will tell you, and I'll be the first to tell you that referees get a lot of calls wrong, and that there are mistakes made, that there are challenges with it. But I will also tell you, people have the stuff that's said to you, like you have to just turn your ears off. I mean, it's wild, and you just gotta get used to it. But I mean, I was reffing a 3-on-3 tournament one time in Burlington outdoor at the Gus Macker. It's like a huge national thing that travels all over the country and whatever else. And I couldn't repeat on air even like euphemisms of the things that I was called and said and said to me and whatever else in those. I mean, it was wild.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of part of the deal. So yeah.
Well, when my kids were playing, and again at a very low level, but it's a young level, I should say. I mean, you get caught up in the game, but come on.
I could tell you that some of the younger levels sometimes are the worst. It's hilarious. Like they get so like into it, and it's like, hey, I hate to break this to you, but your 7-year-old is not the next coming of MJ. Like they're not. They can't even dribble a ball with. I remember one time there was this coach from some conference. And she was telling me, she was like, "Are you gonna call this out?" Whatever else. And I was just like, "Coach," I was like, "if you coached as hard and as successful as you have been riding our asses this entire game,
right,
you might actually get somewhere." I'm like, this was a high school varsity level. They might have had one player that could dribble successfully with both hands up and down the floor. I mean, it was so bad. And I'm just like, this is hilarious.
Yeah. Well, good for you guys for doing it. I know even long time ago when I was in college, I'd ref some little league games and baseball games, and even then, I mean, I know it's exponentially worse now.
Sure,
but even then, it's just like
well, props to you and the baseball officials and softball officials.
That was a long time ago, but
well, I'm gonna tell you right now, that's something I would never ref. I do basketball. Some friends are trying to get me into football. We'll see how that goes, but basketball is the only one that I'll do because to me, you can run up and down the floor. You can kind of get away from things. You can position yourself, but the fans are right there on top of you.
Yeah.
But in baseball, you have all this gear on. Softball, you have all this gear on. You're standing there in the hot beating sun, and you can't go anywhere.
Nope.
And they're just right there. Like I wouldn't make it. I mean, people would be getting thrown out. I mean, it just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
So Jim says perhaps because the parents who act like that probably couldn't dribble basketball if their life depended on it. Jim, there's a solid chance that you are right, my friend. That's always a good time too because they'll like yell rules from the stands, and you know that those rules changed 2 or 3 or 4 years prior, and you just want to turn around and be like, "Hi, I'm John. Nice to meet you. Here's a rule book. Read it, you ding dong, and then we'll talk about it." So,
yeah. Did you do any sports? Did you do any baseball, basketball, youth? Alex?
No, in youth, yeah, but I don't have a memory of it.
No,
at all.
Well, you didn't. Your parents didn't come up out of the stands, and
they did.
I think
not,
your parents
not that
watch regularly. So
yeah, they do watch. They're YouTube watchers.
That's all right.
YouTube watchers.
Hey, I'm glad with that answer because one of my friends and I, we were somewhere. Gosh, it was been a few months ago, and we were talking to this person, and we were like, "Hey, so like we were talking about sports because my friend and I played sports in high school." And we said, "So how about you? Did you play sports?" He's like, "No, I just did drugs." And we were like, "Oh, okay then." And it was just so matter of fact, like, "No, I did drugs. It's fine." I'm like, "Okay, man."
Well, I did all the sports, but I did most of them poorly. And so now I'm here, my budding career. So I went to Iowa Wesleyan and that was in the air raid days.
Okay.
So Hal Mummy and Mike Leach were still coaches there. And so the school was trying to, work whatever. And they knew I played football in high school. Not well. I didn't even start in high school, right? I was not good. But they said, well, we can give you a $500, I don't even know if they called it a scholarship to be on the football team. Mm-hmm. And I went and talked to the coaches, and they were like, whatever. And I thought, well, okay, one broken leg, and that's probably $3,000. So that $500 thing doesn't quite cover.
No.
There was no way I would have done anything on the football team. So I'm like, no, I'll set this one out. It'll be all right. So anything else on your mind this morning?
Let's see. We already covered. We went through Caitlin Clark. We went through, but we're tiptoeing closer to a break, I suppose.
That's all right.
But
We'll say this for break. I saw this morning. So we've talked about this before. So the richest people in the world, Forbes puts out their list, and richest people in the world. Do you know who the richest person in Iowa is?
I don't.
Harry Stein. Do you know about Harry Stein? You're over in Des Moines area, Adel.
Stein Agriculture.
Stein Agriculture,
It's
Stein
like
Seed, something like that.
Stein Seed, something like that.
Yeah. So he is and has been the richest person in Iowa for quite some time. He lives over by Adel. He's 82 years old. Guess his net worth. Any guesses? He's Iowa's only billionaire. I'll give you that.
Okay. 1.5 billion.
26 billion.
$9.7 billion. In 2015, his net worth was $3.3 billion. So he went up a good $6 billion in the last 8 or 9 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, nationally, as far as billionaires, he's the richest person in Iowa, only billionaire in Iowa. Nationally, he ranks number 237.
Wow.
With $9.7 billion, there are 236 people have more money than Mr. Stein. And just like everybody else, if he wants to share any of that with the good folks at Morning Breath,
we're okay with it.
We'll send you an address or Venmo. You can Venmo me.
We'll just come to you.
We'll come to you. Exactly. You don't have to do that.
I was going to say, you don't have to do that. You let us know.
So the hospital could probably use.
I was going to say, I try not to use this platform for selfish purposes, Tim, but right here I'm like,
that might be.
Come talk to us at the hospital,
might
Mr.
be a
Stein.
phone call to make. I'll bet he gets a lot of phone calls.
Yeah.
Alex, let's take a break.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you with a flexible financing you need to install that all-season room or remodel your kitchen with a home equity line of credit. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics, providing quality health care that puts you first. Whether during a hospital stay, seeing a primary care provider for wellness exams or sick visits, minor surgery to a total joint replacement, or recovering from an injury, we're here when you need us.
More than you expect for your health care. Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
Step back in time and create unforgettable memories of the 2024 Midwest Old Threshers reunion. Gather the family and immerse yourselves in the nostalgic charm of steam engines, antique cars and trucks, tractors, gas engines, and the horses. Whether it's the savory delights from the North Village to the log cabin or the unforgettable concerts, this is where memories are crafted. Plan now to bask in the history of the past from August 29th to September 2nd in Mount Pleasant. Visit oldthreshers.com for details. Don't miss this chance to make timeless memories.
Welcome back to Morning Breath. And right off the top, I have to say this. We're joined in by a studio. We have a studio audience here today.
It's the first time ever, actually.
First time ever.
Yeah.
She just came in over the break, and she's sitting right in front of me and laughing. So if here I sat in Tim's chair, trying to make up for a large void that we have with Tim being gone.
I see what you did there.
And my you putting work.
Tim, I hope you watch this, Tim. He said large void.
So anyway, I tried to get my daughter Bailey to sit next to John and be on the show, and she has chosen to be a studio audience member.
Most people don't, in fact, like to sit next to me, so it's okay. I understand. It's fine.
I do it, and you haven't bit me yet, or anything, punches under the table or anything like that. So it's all good. So anyway, we have my daughter Bailey sitting in the corner. We're going to see if we can get her to come on camera after the next break. So
Tiffany says hi with lots of exclamation points. We don't even get those. We just get like, exactly. Good morning. Yeah, hey guys, whatever. So,
well, Kentucky Derby was this weekend. Did you watch it?
I did not, actually.
It's hard to watch. Did you watch it, Alex?
Yeah, I didn't either.
It's hard to watch only because I'm not a horse racing fan necessarily. I'm not opposed to it, but it lasts like 6 hours. The telecast is 6 hours, and I don't pay enough attention to know what time the Derby is. It's the last race, of course. Yeah. And so it wasn't until like 6 o'clock.
I would feel like, 6 o'clock I was out driving around all over the countryside. But I feel like the dirt, it's like, it's really cool because, obviously it's a whole event and it's not just like the horse races or whatever. It's the pageantry of it, if you will. Yes. Like the outfits, right? Everything. That if I was going to go, like, that would be really fun, like just to get to go because, like, just the most outlandish, wild, they got the seersucker jackets, the hats. I would love to go for that reason, like just and then just like seeing everyone lose their mind as they bet millions of dollars on these horses, like it would be a cool environment to go to. I feel like it'd be pretty fun.
Well, self-admitting again, I'm not a huge horse racing fan, but Fierceness was the not the winner, but the projected favorite. The 3-1, I think, was the odds on Fierceness, and he finished so far down. I don't even know where he finished.
Oh, that's a bummer. Who ended up winning?
Mystic Dan.
Yeah,
which I know nothing about. I do know.
Cool name.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get into that a little bit. So there was an Iowa horse. I think the owner is in Iowa and ran it, and I can't remember what the horse's name was. So maybe somebody in the comments can tell us. and I don't know how they finished or whatever. But Mystic Dan was the winner. But anyway, Kentucky Derby. So start thinking about this, and so as you don't even know a whole lot about horse racing, you know that there's some pretty, what do you want to call them? Odd names, weird names,
weird names, just unique names.
Unique names for horses. So we'll get off list off a few of those, but first there's some rules to that. So no horse name can be over 18 characters, including spaces and punctuations. No horse-related terms, so you can't have filly, colt, or stallion anywhere in the name of the horse. You cannot have any suggestive, vulgar, or obscene or in poor taste names.
I like this last one. Cannot be the name of a living person unless improved in writing.
And it cannot be the name of a living person. I think there was a horse named Barbara Bush not too long ago, and she signed off on it. She approved of it. But as far as obscene, some of the ones that have gone through are panty raid, strip tease, sexy bikini model were some of the ones that did go through. So when they talk about vulgar, obscene, or in poor taste, there's a committee.
Apparently so. Hey, Denise she says, I have a beautiful hat from Churchill Downs. That's awesome.
Nice. So
throw a picture of the hat in the chat, Denise. You can do that, I think, right? You get on Facebook, you can put pictures.
I've never tried.
I think you can. I think it's.
Didn't we try it? Didn't we talk about that last week?
I think you can.
Can you?
I think you can put like a picture or something in the old chat section. I could be wrong. I'm not a Facebook savant by any means.
You can figure it out. Go for it. So anyway, we got to name some weird derby horse names. And John, do you want to go through some of those? And then I got a quick quiz we're going to get to.
Sure. Okay. There's Curse Reversed. Brangelina, so like Brad and Angelina Jolie, that's like the whole thing. Where's the beef? Like just some of these, I picture people cheering, as they're yelling.
Where's the beef?
Right, exactly. Like like this, like you're my boy Blue. Like I can just imagine, like you're my boy Blue. So pop quiz, what movie is that from?
Old School.
There you go. All right, I know that one. I was waiting for Alex to come through. So. Snoop
major.
Blue.
You didn't study Old School in cinema school?
No, I did not. I don't think I've ever watched that.
That's an assignment for sure. Sometime in the next month, you got it.
Pretty good movie.
With your cinema degree, you need to watch some of these things and see what.
Old School should be close to the top of the list.
Walk of Shame. That's what she said. Odor in the Court. Let's see. Slump Buster. Mookie's Running. When I see Mookie's Running, all I think is Mookie Blaylock from the Atlanta Hawks, like years and years. That's the only time I've even heard that name before.
No soup for you.
Turducken. Wow. There's
Yeah.
You can.
So anyway, there's quite a few. So we're short on time, but we're gonna go through this. So I saw this on somewhere on the internet. So is it a Derby horse name or a band name?
Okay.
And you're in a band, so.
Wow, this is now you're gonna put me on.
So here you go. Yeah, I put you on point. So first one, Danzig Moon. Is that a horse name or a band name?
I'm going band name.
I'm going horse.
It's a horse.
All right.
Karma Darwin, band or horse?
I'm going horse.
Going band name.
It's a band. American Pharaoh.
Horse.
Yes, that's a horse.
That's actually a pretty popular horse.
Yes, I was gonna say. I was like that I've seen before.
Yeah. Get Busy Living.
I want to say a band, but man,
I want to say horse.
Get Busy Living is a band.
Yes.
Tiny Danza, like Tony Danza.
Danza.
Tiny Danza.
Horse.
Band.
It's a band.
Yeah.
Materiality. You've got a couple, Alex. It's all right.
Horse. I'm just going to keep going horse.
I'll go horse with Materiality too.
Materiality is a horse. AC Slater from Saved by the Bell fame.
Horse.
Band.
You can keep riding the horse and you're going to keep being wrong. It's a band.
Man, I'm going to keep track. If I had a pen, I'd be keeping track. All right.
And Blonde Fire.
Horse.
Seems like a horse.
It is a band.
Oh, I got that right. I went with.
Don't ride Alex's horse.
Also, Catching Freedom is the Iowa horse.
Catching Freedom. My mom, who lives in Missouri, actually. Catching Freedom. All right. I don't know how Catching Freedom did. But anyway, Alex, we better go to a break.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
I'm Melissa Westfall with Homegirl Realty. Heather and Charlotte and I have worked together for many years, and we have always had a vision to have a business together.
I'm Charlotte Howard, and the good news is we bring a very high level of experience. We have a combined 80 plus years of experience in this real estate marketplace.
I'm Heather Merrick, and Homegirl Realty brings a lot of things to the table. We have phenomenal communication with our clients, buyers and sellers, to make sure things are going smoothly and you don't have anything to worry about.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Welcome back to Morning Breath. We're about to wrap up what's set for the day, but one more shout out to our sponsors, KCTC and Hy-Vee. Thank you both.
Casey.
I just messed Alex up. He's ready to throw the.
Yeah, I was ready to go. Tim doesn't do it that fast. He takes his time.
He takes his time.
Yeah.
So we appreciate them. Bailey's still sitting in the corner laughing at me, so it's all good over there. Trying to
I'm just checking in with the corner audience.
Checking in with the studio audience. So we're going to put John, task him with set for the day today.
All right, sounds good. So in Fairfield right now, it is 56 degrees, Mount Pleasant 57, Washington 56. Today's high is 70. I'm really confused because it says low of 60, but we're in the 50s. I'm trying to figure that one out.
It's overnight tonight.
Okay, overnight tonight. Okay.
Overnight tonight.
All right, very good. That makes sense.
I use shorthand. I just kind of sprung this on John a minute ago. So
okay, because I was like, what are we saying? Okay, all right, sorry. Sun and clouds mixed in today. Rain and thunderstorms moving overnight. Great. So excited for even more rain. Okay, more rain. It's fantastic. Still can't take the top off the Jeep. It's just it's right. Eternally frustrating.
Well, plus with all this rain, I know you got an off-road machine, but it's a lot of mud.
You should see it outside when you leave. I definitely went exploring yesterday.
Get some mud, yeah.
It is possible, yes. And I had the doors off, so those clothes went into the laundry pretty fast. Okay, things to do. Fairfield. Tomorrow is the Fairfield High School Band and Choir Concert beginning at 7 p.m. in the high school auditorium. Also, tomorrow is the time for pre-K through 5th grade girls to find their superpowers by joining the Girl Scouts. Sign up at the Mount Pleasant Public Library from 6 to 7 p.m. Washington and the Washington area. So there's a bunch of spring concerts in this area right now this week. So Highland is at 7. And that's tonight. Mid-Prairie's tomorrow at 7:15, and then Waco is Wednesday at 6. So those are some of your things to do.
If you just can't get enough of the high school choirs and bands,
all right. If you want to,
it's your own fault.
If you want to go with like a clipboard and look at all the different ones and just grade every single one and be the food critic from Ratatouille, just
exactly
writes down. Yeah, that'd be just show up with the suit and the big ascot thing, like the tie thing, whatever else would be great. Okay, sorry.
I think that might be too far.
Yeah, I mean, but it could be fun though. It could be pretty awesome. All right, so Steve Jobs on this day in history introduced the first iMac in 1998.
So I guess I don't know exactly how old you are. Do you remember those first IMAX?
Oh yeah,
big bubble, and they were bright colors.
Mm-hmm.
I had a purple one. I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
And then I also remember like the Macintosh computers
Yep.
at our local public library when it was down over here instead of where it's at its current location. Sim City, like the original, the OG, not like this new stuff, like the OG Sim City, and then also Brickles. Where like it has like they had the bouncing ball with like the bricks or whatever else, and then the paddle on the bottom, and many afternoons at the library spent staring at the screen doing that nonsense.
Did you ever see any of the old IMAX, Alex?
I did. I remember I saw the colored ones because in my library they had one that they turned into a fish tank.
That's about right. And now everything's
so you saw it like when it's been it's like the antique.
Yeah, it's like the antique.
And we were like there when it actually happened.
I had one of the first ones. It's like so all
right. So daily dad joke of the day. Here we go. What do you call 26 letters that went for a swim? Alphabetical. Alex is almost ready to crack, but we haven't got him yet.
I got him. All right. All right. Well, tomorrow, Alex's girlfriend's going to be here, so we're going to pick on Alex Day tomorrow. So tomorrow will be a good day for that. And sorry. Oh, Ray. So the comments, and I've talked about it, the comments over my shoulder, that's so weird, not sitting over there.
Yeah, it is a different thing.
It's a different thing.
But thank you seriously to everybody chiming in the comments. It's always much appreciated, and it helps us keep it lively throughout the day. So
Absolutely.
Thank you for that.
Like, share, follow, tell your friends, tell your moms, tell your daughter who's sitting in the corner, live studio audience.
Tell everyone. As Tim says, all that jazz.
And
We'd be
all
remiss.
that jazz. So anyway, until tomorrow, we will